moment?
Sure, of course.
So I'm TR, I'm from Talking Track, which is an online podcast and YouTube. You're on the picket line here in front of Paramount Studios.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the strike and why we're here today?
Yes, well, this strike is incredibly important. Yes, thank you. And do come by if you're here in LA, over on Melrose in front of Paramount. Give us a honk on your horn. This is incredibly important because at this moment in time, our business, our industry, the writers and the actors, we're kind of like a microcosm of what's happening in the world with the haves and the haves not. The divide between the people who have all the money and the people who are struggling just to pay their rent, to put food on their tables, to be fairly compensated for the work that they do. That is what we're striking for. There's enough of the pie to give us a tiny little sliver of what we deserve. We are fighting for residuals that we've always sustained our lives on, contributions to our health and pension caps, which have not moved for 4 decades, y'all. Since 1983, they have not moved the caps for our health insurance. Can you imagine? There's 160,000 strong members in SAG AFTRA. That's voiceover artists, singers, dancers, background artists, stunt artists, principal artists, and 87% of us do not qualify for our health insurance, which means we don't make $26,000 in a year. In a year, you guys. And we're dealing with people who make $80,000 a day. There's a disconnect here, a real disconnect. So that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for the right to be compensated for the work that we do and to be able to make a living on this sacred art form of storytelling, which has been around for centuries.
So is there anything that you would like to tell the Trek fans that are going to be watching this about how they can support you guys and in your mission for better wages and for healthcare?
Yes, you know, I love our Trekkies. Our Trekkies are our family. They're not our fans, they're really our family. And you guys have been awesome. I've been going to cons and being able to interact with you one-on-one, and it's been so kind. The questions that you ask, and everybody's always asking me, how can you help? Which we all in the Trekkie family, we all appreciate that. Right now, the best way is to amplify, educate, and inform. And really, unfortunately, the AMPTP, they don't really care about our voices, but they will care about yours. If we can get the world to get on our side, to shame these people, to get back to the table, to bargain with us, fairly, that's going to make a huge impact. So I urge you, anything that you see on social media that talks about this strike, that gives information, that clarifies what we're fighting for, that we are the working class actors, we are fighting for a living wage, amplify that, share it, post it, shame these people because they need to get back to the table. We are not just a tiny section of their portfolio. We are living human beings that deserve the right to make a living. So that's the way, one of the best ways that you can do. And I don't want to say like cancel anything, kind of subscriptions or anything, but I will say strategically, if this thing keeps happening, there may be a call to answer that. And maybe at one point we might all rally ourselves to just sign off on a few of these streaming platforms.
Now, I know that you're on the bargaining committee.
Yeah.
If the CEO of Paramount was standing in front of you right now, what would you say to him or her?
If the CEO was standing in front of me, I'd say, hello, my name is Michelle Hurd, and I'm an actor. I've been a proud actor since 1988. I love what I do. We all do. I just want to be compensated fairly. There's enough of the pie to share for all of us. Just do the right thing. Come back to the table, let's negotiate, and let's get this country back to work, this town back to work. Let's get our artists and our writers employed, telling those stories, which we all knew were so important. We leaned into during the pandemic. This is what keeps us connected as humans. Let's do it. Just do the right thing. You're not the enemy. We're here together. Let's work together. That's what I'd say.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Nice to meet you.